Marjorie joins me on this episode to talk about her project that she's working on with a couple of colleagues called Sacred Femmes. They're empowering women to join the crypto space, have their artwork showcased on NFTs, and build up that really big audience, which some of these artists would have never ever been able to get if they continued down the regular art space trying to get their prints sold or whatever it is. NFTs have really opened up a lot of opportunities for a lot of people that have never existed before. This is a continuation on the previous episode that I did with Ava from Gingerpool, talking about the evolution of NFTs and how they're becoming the new medium for artists around the world. And you can check that interview in the top right hand corner there. The Sacred Femme project is pretty cool, pretty exciting. They're doing some really neat things in regards to evolving their NFT collection into a tarot card collection as well. You can find out a little bit more about them in a previous interview I did as well. And you can check out how that mint process works too for the website. It's pretty cool. Now, if you do enjoy this type of content, please consider giving me that thumbs up, click subscribe, click on the notification bell, and you hear more great Cardano content from me soon. Let's get into this interview.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast.
I have Marjorie joining me on this episode to talk about her project that she's started up with a couple of colleagues called Sacred Femmes. I came across the artwork. I absolutely love it. Love the style. Love what they're trying to do with it as well. So Marjorie, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
I'd like to know a little bit more about your background and how you actually got into crypto and Cardano as well. So can you tell everyone a little bit about your artistic background and how you got into crypto? And I want to talk a little bit more about that as well, and in regards to getting more women into the crypto space. So let's start with your background first.
Okay. Hi, I was telling you, I'm a product designer, and in the university, like in the third year of university, I think, I learned how to paint in watercolors. And in that point, I was trying to find my art style and trying to enter to this artistical world, because I have the feeling that I want to be there, but I didn't know how. And all the things that I was doing, all the practice, all the drawings, I posted on social media, and I started doing commissions for my friends or for people in social media, for Valentine's, for Mother's Day, for they were like portraits. They did me like a photo, and I translated into a watercolor painting, and that really allowed me and helped me to practice different physical aspects, and also to know a lot of stories of people that want this to give their boyfriends or their mothers or everything. And it was times that I was totally discovering me and trying to understand, trying to combine my vision as a person and the things that I was drawing. And after a couple of years, I started drawing on an iPad, and I start with these characters that has metallic parts. And I did the first one, that it's a girl that has this metallic robot leg. And I did that one because in the years that I was doing the watercolor painting, I had an operation in my knee, and I combined that it was moments that sometimes it really hurts, and sometimes I have to learn how to walk, and I combined like the things that I was feeling in that time, that they were my issues, to make it like more stronger. And that's how I learned to start making this conceptualization of my art, and to mix all the things that I was thinking into one thing. And I entered to the crypto world because I have some friends that have projects in Cardano, and I could see how they mix this storytelling with illustration, and they were very successful. And I asked them how they did, and they really motivate me to try and to start this new project that it was in that time, like 2 months ago,
Yeah.
something totally different, and I didn't knew anything. So I make the illustrations and I post it on Twitter, and um, I entered to the first space of Cardano woman, and from that point, I learned a lot. I learned about I learned about crypto. I learned about Cardano and how the things function. Even about vocabulary, technical vocabulary, and it's really helpful to hear other people talk about that, because you learn in the process.
It's really cool. I think that may have been where I found your profile and how I found the project. I really can't remember the exact way, but I did see you in a couple of Twitter spaces in Cardano Women, and that's probably something I want to talk a little bit more later down the track as well. But in regards to choosing a blockchain and stumbling on Cardano, was it purely because you had other friends and colleagues that were in the Cardano space and they said, yeah, you should go with Cardano? Was that the main reason? Because, a lot of artists, they go to Ethereum or Solana as well. There's many options there. So why did you go, yep, Cardano's my thing?
The first reason, I think, there is an influence of my friends that had already a project on Cardano, but that's because they could explain me how the Cardano functions in every way. And because I didn't have a budget for this, it's like, okay, I have my illustrations, but I'm not expending money right now to upload to the network. And Ethereum was more expensive in that point.
A lot more expensive.
Yeah, and so for me, Cardano was kind of the ideal option because, as I told you, I didn't have a budget for that. But when I entered, I really knew the community, and they are very supportive and very friendly. And I learned more things of Cardano in there. And at the end of the day, that I choose Cardano because it was more cheap for me. And then I stayed because I learned a lot of more things.
I do find the community and the people that you connect with, especially in the Cardano community, is one of the main things that make people want to stay. They learn from each other, they share. It's a very warm, inviting environment. So if you're a new person in crypto, and especially Cardano, there's plenty of people that will take you under your wing and teach you everything that you need to know. So that's something I really absolutely love about the community. So more about Sacred Femmes and your project and what you're trying to do with it. You're really expressing yourself and your storytelling through it as well. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're trying to do with it and its mission overall?
When we first talk about the project with my partners, we really want to make this a statement to create it for women, to honor women. And all the decisions that we took in the creative process was thinking about that. And we create this universe of women with talents or powers because we see characteristic in the women that we have around. For example, resilience, intelligence, and we trying to translate that into these talents. So the women that we portray every day in the assets for the Sacred Femmes project, there are inspiration of the women that we have around. For example, for this new collection, we ask the girls of our community to send us their favorite outfits so we can include them in the main collection. And we did that because we want that a woman can see our artwork and feel identified with it, like, oh, it has my dress or it has my hair, but more of a physical things, like in a very like in what these women are representing. For example, we have Garnet Moon, where are the women that are really strong physically and mentally. So, and when we have the pre-sale, we really see that because women or people were saying, I got the one that I won, the one from Lazuli Moon or the one from Garnet Moon or Citrine Moon. This was the moon that I won because I am like this. And we really love that part to honor women because I think that we want to they feel representative in some way, and that they can, even if they are men that they buy, that they can connect with that character and the characteristics of that character, no matter what gender you are.
Yeah, I love those aspects, the different personalities that you detailed on the website, such as the Garnet Moon, the planet of the third eye, etc. I think I minted 2 of them. Again, I didn't realize that you actually had influences from the community and people that you talk to on a regular basis to submit their outfits and stuff to include into the artwork. That's a really cool, nice little touch. I absolutely love that. So in regards to what's coming up for the project next then, so what's coming up in the next phases? I was looking over the website and you've got these phases that are coming out, and the final phase I absolutely love. Can you talk everyone through what you have planned?
Yeah, we are about to enter to the next phase. And in this one, we are going to have the main collection, because in the pre-sale they were the ancestors from the Sacred Femmes, and now we have it's called the Grey Mothers. So this one, it's a large collection of the Sacred Femmes, and they are going to be also about the moons and about this universe. We are including new assets, and in this one we are able to see more rarities because they are more. And for the next phase, we really want to make the tarot cards, and the tarot collection, it's very large collection of cards. You have like the first 22, and then there are more. So we are thinking of do like a first collection of like the first 22 and then the others, because we want to make it like more collectionable, that you can be able to collect more of them, and to say I can afford all of these ones. And with the artwork, we are trying to mix the art styles from Carlota and from me, that she's also an illustrator, and we are trying to combine these aspects. For example, the things that she likes and the things that I like, and we're trying to resonate at the same path. And with the tarot cards, we want that her style can be a little bit more present than than the mine, because in the Sacred Femmes it's more my style, and I hope that from that season or from that phase of the Sacred Femmes, she can have more presence in that way.
It's really cool. I love the tarot card evolution. So you're going through the Sacred Femmes through phase 0, phase 1, and then the phase 2 into the tarot cards. How many would you be creating in regards to the phase 1 of the Great Mothers?
We are 1,000. We are thinking in number, but they are about 3,000 Sacred Femmes.
Yep.
We also have the Sacred Femmes journal, that is going to be activities that is going to be happening in during the phases. It's not going to be like a main drop, but we want to have this collection of journal that it's the things that the Sacred Femmes found in their universe, and they put it on a book, and they were making studies about plants, about crystals, about things that they saw. So we have released the first one that we give it away with a trivia, but later it's going to be able for you to buy it. And this is just the first one, and we are going to have more studies of that.
That's really cool. That's a nice little touch. So journal, is this like the content, is it contributed by the community or something, or is it something that you're coming up in terms of your own story creations? It's
about the story creation, because we write all the universe of the Sacred Femmes. We have write it down, and one important thing of this universe is the elements that are around the Femmes, the elements that gives the Femme the context that where they are. So the plants, it's one of the things that you can highlight from the artwork. So for us, it was really important to make the people and the community know what these plants were about, what are they, and also the crystals, and also the atmosphere where they are. So at the same time, the community really apports to that, because they are constantly telling us about the things that they like. For example, in our Discord, there is a girl that is an expert of crystals. So if we have a question about crystals, we ask them like, do you know what this crystal is? And she knows everything. So they really give us information about everything, because we have plant lovers, crystal lovers.
That's absolutely fantastic. It's good that you're nurturing the community, and the community is coming along for the journey as well. All of this stuff is stuff that my girlfriend, my partner, absolutely loves. So she's got a massive crystal collection. She's into like moon phases. She follows all that. I haven't actually shown her this collection yet, but I think she'll absolutely love it. And of course, she has decks and decks of tarot cards that she goes through and pulls all the time. So having this NFT version of it is something I think. Actually, I won't tell her, and I'll get her a collection of it when it mints, and then I'll give it to her then as a gift. I think that's probably a good idea.
I think these elements that you say, the moon phases or the crystals or the plants, are things that we feel that connect us with femininity. And I think that there are not just our team that feels that way, that there are more women around there in the world that really connects with these things too, that are part of nature. And we also are part of nature. So they are really beautiful elements that we love to make part of this universe.
So in terms of your journey into this crypto space and starting this project, this is absolutely fantastic. Now, how do we get more women into this space? How do we get more women into crypto, more artists into the community, more people interested in general? What is your take on that? Like, how do we get more women into crypto, and especially doing what you're doing?
I think that the first part of that is that there are women right now, but they are kind of kind of shy.
Yeah.
And the Cardano woman space, because I was one of those women that are really shy. But when I entered first to the Cardano woman space, it was a safe space for me to talk and to say, hi, I am G, and I have this project. And they were very kind and interested in what I have to say and in what I was doing. So I think that a safe space for women, it's one of the things that are really important for women to be more in crypto. And the other thing is to spread the word, to make people know that they can make great things with this. I always say that in El Salvador, where I live, there are so many great artists and illustrators that really wants to live. They really want to make their living with their talent, but it's a really hard process to do that. And with our project, we want to, in sort of way, to reach these illustration women and make a collaboration, and then that they can see how the crypto world functions. So I follow on my Instagram, or I know people from university that are really talented, and I really like to incorporate them into the Sacred Femmes project, maybe in a special collection, or maybe in a special token that is going to be rare or something, that they can know how this function, and they can feel interesting in that and say, oh, I want to have my own project. And also we try to use our Instagram to post things about the Sacred Femmes project that our friends that are more close can see, and they can know more a little bit about NFTs or about crypto, and like to put it the curious on them, and eventually they can ask us, how do you do that, or what is that?
Yeah.
Because and so one of the things is to incorporate them into Sacred Femmes project, especially artists that are women or illustrators, and then to give it a little bit more information, or to put them in context. Like I have this girl on Instagram that she draws incredible, and the things that she draws are really connected with the Sacred Femmes. So I have it on my list. Like I really like to collaborate with her, but she's not into crypto. She doesn't know anything about it. But I hope that someday I can make like a special drop or a special token with her, and eventually to expose her to this world. Like, maybe you should join to this space, or maybe you should, talk with these people. So in that way, she can see how this function, and do it that with not just one girl. We can do it with so many girls.
That's really cool. Okay, so basically you're going to be the one that pulls all the other women in the world into crypto and onto Cardano, one at a time through Sacred Femmes.
To be like a collector of artists.
Cool.
And put it in.
Yeah, I'd love to see that, especially highlighting artists in El Salvador as well, and bringing and highlighting some of their talents. I was just looking at a project very similar that was trying to highlight artists in the Philippines this morning. So it's like old traditional artists. Like I was looking at this one artist, forgotten her name off the top of my head, but she's in her 60s 60s or 70s, been drawing and painting for her whole life. And, just seeing her artwork as an NFT, probably for the first time, is, absolutely amazing. And, I really hope more people around the world can see that and have, younger people around the world appreciate their art, which would have never been seen. This is like an elderly woman in the Philippines that has probably never published her artwork around the world, and NFTs are making that possible.
Yeah, I think that the NFT world is giving value to digital illustration and also to art in general. They are giving a new value, and it's kind of a new phase of the history of art that we are going to remember in the future.
I think you're right. I really, really think you do. It is going to be like the new medium of art. The next time, you had wall paintings, cave paintings, and progress all the way to like digital NFTs. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and in the history of art, you can see that masterpieces are masterpieces because of their context. They are that revolutionary because what it was happening in that time, and with all this moment of technology, and it's going to be, NFTs are this revolutionary as if they were in that time of classic times or something.
Wow, I wonder what my daughter will think, in 50 years, looking back at NFTs, and was it a phase or will it be the norm, for her? Like, who knows? So in creating all these spaces for women to actually engage and be brought into the crypto space, with yourself and with your colleagues, with Sophia and Carlotta, did you find it's technical barriers in regards to coming into the crypto space and creating your mint and doing all that?
Yeah, a lot of ones. First, I think because we didn't know anything about it, and the first barrier is to understand everything. Since the wallet or the process of minting and the blockchain, it's you have to pass out a curve of learning, and also how the community or how the people gets involved. That's a curve of learning too, because it's very different to make marketing for a brand, for example, that we are. Well, Carlotta is a graphic designer, so she's involved with branding and marketing too. So it's very different to make a communication for a brand to make a communication for an NFT project. And with the technical barriers, this project that I told you that it was trying to involve me, one of the people of the team, it's my boyfriend. So he's really an expert on generation, and he's a designer, and he learned in a month everything of the code and the generation and the minting process. And I see him learning, and I was kind of asking, how do you do that, or why, or what this means, even when I didn't have a project. So I had the curiosity, but in all the process of the technical things, he has been very helpful with our project, because if we don't understand something, we come to him and say, what is that?
Yeah.
And well, how can we do this if we want to have, for example, a special journey token? How can we, how can we put it on the blockchain, or how can we communicate it? And it's great because he really helped us in the technical things, but he also it's like he doesn't involve in our decisions. He's like, you take all the decisions and I'm going to help you with what you want to do. And we feel we feel that it's our project because of that. We took all the decisions, our team, and we just came to him like in orientation from the technical things, and that's really great to have that support.
That's really cool as well. I think with the generation scripts, so for those that don't know, it's basically an algorithm script. You put all of your assets like the hands, flowers, dresses, faces, skin colors all together, and then the script will generate the hundreds or thousands of images that you want.
Generative art has been kind of an open mind.
Yeah.
Because we did our paintings like everything in one layer, the hair, the dresses, and to see so many possibilities to separate them in layers and then to see mix that in so many possibilities, it's great. Because you feel like my hand, it wouldn't be able to drop that lot, but
Yeah.
it's great to see it in that many possibilities. And it's not easy because the assets, you have to make a lot of assets for seeing in that amount of art. You have to drop a lot too, and it's a lot of work to see if the assets function with the other one. If you don't have weird things, you have to make like a selection process of, okay, this function, this no function, we have to fix it. So it's a journey, a complete journey.
Yeah, I was about to say that's probably one of the hardest things, and it's good that you have that technical background from being told by your boyfriend of how it actually works, so that now when you're drawing the different assets and the layers, oh, hang on, this might be a problem. I might need to draw this one slightly differently. So it's really good that you had that background. So in regards to anyone else coming into the space and wanting to follow in your lead, what would be the biggest tip that you recommend? You've learned so much, like everything from the wallets, how Cardano works, how the generation scripts work, how to market your project and engage with the community. Well, what would be the biggest takeaway that you've learned so far that you can tell someone else so that their journey is a little bit easier?
I think that one of the things that is more important is to learn, to listen to others and understand what they are talking. Because in there you can learn so much technical things and so much things about the community. So my first phase on the crypto world was just listening to what others were saying or what they were talking about, because I'm still learning. I don't know anything. I don't know everything about the blockchain or the Cardano. I'm still learning, and every time that I enter a space, I learn a new thing. And if I am curious about something, I do my own investigation and trying to understand the best I can. So with the technical things, that's kind of my advice. If you are curious or something, listen for what others are saying about that, and then you do your own investigation. And also you can ask people. People in Cardano are very friendly, and I know that in the other blockchains, there are very helpful people too. So there are people that are accounts that are putting information every day, videos with information and everything, so you can make your own study from all these contexts that you have to enter in. enter into the context, it's really important to be in there, in Discord, in Twitter, getting in touch with people. I think that it's one of the most important things to learn, and also to make this networking that is going to help you to do the marketing.
Yeah.
Because when you know how the space function, you are able to say, okay, we are going to make this decision and this decision, because you know the people that is around you, and what they think, what they don't like, what they like. And for the community building, I think that one of the most important things is, okay, you have your project, and you have to be your project. I mean, to be yourself. Because if I'm going to do the network or the marketing for something I don't know, I'm not going to transmit that, because we want that the people that is in our Discord or in our community are the people that really resonate with our artwork, with our project. So we don't have to fake another personality, or we don't have to try to be something that we are not. For example, when we first start, we saw this course of some projects that they were really active every time, and that they were constantly doing things and constantly talking, and like overwhelming, like every day.
Yeah.
And we thought at the beginning that was that successful projects looks like. But in the process, we understand that every project is different. And we, with our Discord, it's not that people is active every day, like every time. And we were like, but we are not that active as the others. But then when you start talking with the people on Discord, you understand that you have moms on there, or that you have girls that are working, or that there are artists and collectors that they have their own projects. So they cannot be active every day at every time. So you understand that, and you don't feel like, okay, this is how my project is gonna work, and this is how my community works, and that's great. So to meet people and being yourself, and being, just being yourself, it's going to connect you with people that it's like yourself, and they are gonna resonate with what you think and what you are doing.
Those tips are fantastic. So be yourself, essentially, and share it, and listen, be yourself, and share it with the community. Okay, very cool. So for people that are interested in following you, your team and the project, where should they go to find out more information?
The place that we have most information is our Twitter account, also our website. But in our Twitter, we try to be more spontaneous about the stories of the Sacred Femmes. So we have Monday moons when we just talk about Lazuli moon or Citrus moon, and all this information, it's translated to Discord to make some activities to have fun. But I think that our main social media, it's Twitter at the moment, and the website, it really helps us to have all the information like in one place, and people can get in context of what we are trying to do. So all the things that we write down in our meetings and we translate it to the universe of Sacred Femmes are there. So yeah, and we also have Instagram to start spreading the word in that social media, because we think it's important to have some presence in there. And yeah, we have Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and our website.
I'll put all the links to it in the show description as well, so everyone can find it. And it's been an absolute pleasure learning a little bit more about the project, talking to yourself and learning a little bit more about you. And I'm looking forward to the next mint.
Okay, I'm really happy to share with you because um, it's really great to share the backgrounds and also to transmit you the vision of the project, because for us it's really important to make this in a very organic way. And when we have this exposure, it's great for us to have more people interested in our project and to have people that wants to know what we are doing. So thank you so much for the space.
Now, the Sacred Femmes project is minting at the moment as well. So if you're interested in getting your hands on one of these NFTs, they're fairly cheap in general, and you can mint them at the website. All the links are down below for you so you can get to there. And if you want to join the community, if this is something that really resonates with you, I highly recommend it, jumping on the Discord server and checking out the project for yourself and see what the team there get up to. It's a really cool, inclusive community, so please check that out. Now, if you do like this type of content, highly encourage you to give me that thumbs up, click subscribe, and click on the notification bell, and you hear more great Cardano content from me soon. All right, bye.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debating.